Hello, I'm Joseph, co-founder at Silent Games and creative director on our first title, Empyreal. Empyreal is a third-person action RPG about transcendental revelation. The name kind of does hint towards some supernatural elements. So the story is a very important part of the game. It's hopefully with thought-provoking themes, but I would also emphasize that it is a true RPG. It's full of mechanics and features, plenty of opportunity for theory crafting, players creating their builds. There's an extensive endgame, so we've tried to deliver a complete package. In our game, the combat does revolve around a choice of weapon, but because it's not class-based, you can change that at any time. So you'll get equipment in the game, we have loot drops, that includes 8 equipment slots, and one of those slots is your weapon. And the weapon is probably the most important because it will change your core moves, but yeah, you can switch at any time. So the glaive is the weapon which offers the most mobility. It has the longest basic attack combo, so your basic attack will be 5 hits. It has a teleport attack built into its kit, so you can jump in the air and then teleport to nearest enemies. And in addition to the core moveset that you get when you equip a weapon, you can equip abilities in the game. So the combat kind of revolves around these two things, the weapon and the abilities. And many abilities, not all, but many abilities are dedicated to a specific weapon. And the abilities also lean into the playstyle. So going back to the glaive, it's very reliant on deflecting and enemies' attacks. So you have to be pretty good with timing, but we do have stats in the game that improve that. So if you're not good at perfect parrying in Sekiro or a game like that, a lot of the abilities are either greatly empowered or even directly rely on you deflecting an enemy attack and then following it up. One of the weapons is the cannon. That has 3 different ammunition types, which you can switch between depending on your situation. That ammo system didn't exist for a very long time. Its basic attack used to just be a basic shot, and it just wasn't engaging enough, especially when you compared it to the glaive, where you're doing this 5-hit combo and jump attacks and teleport attacks. And so adding that ammo system in came in quite late, but it took it to the next level, as it were. I think when people first pick up the game, I think the cannon is often the one that does seem a little out of place. It's actually my personal favorite weapon. I always tend to play it when I'm doing a new playthrough and then have to remind myself that I should be testing to Mason Shield and Glaive a bit more as well. So, but it can be, initially at least, seem surprising for the type of game that it is. But it is the most technical of the weapons, and it's just as powerful as the other two as well. What's unique about the Mason Shield is the only weapon that has immediate access in its core moveset to a mechanic in the game that is called Barrier. So Barrier is a mechanic that will give you a barrier, which is over the top of your health bar, and the barrier has to be destroyed before it will deal damage to you. And this is particularly useful because it works the way that Zarya's bubble in Overwatch absorbs all damage, even if it's on low HP itself. So if you take 1,000,000 damage and you've got 1 hit point left on your barrier, it will absorb the whole thing because that's what's needed to destroy the barrier. So with the Mason Shield, you can really prepare for even the biggest incoming attacks if you're able to parry something and carry that barrier around. Some people do find their favorite weapon, play it for thousands of hours and become really experts at it, and then other people try every weapon. So it genuinely is down to you. I think that the skill ceiling could mean that you could spend a long time on a single weapon and learn it inside out, but as you play through the game the first time, there's going to be lots of things which push you towards trying out all 3 weapons, but I definitely think that eventually you could land on a favorite and just focus on that once you'd unlock pretty much everything. It is a conscious design decision in the game to put some serious challenges and maybe things that may even feel unfair. There is always a solution. Nothing is ever truly unfair, even if it might appear that way. Great example of that is in our game consumables. These are very, very powerful. So if you're struggling with a group of enemies, an explosive grenade could immediately solve that problem for you, and then it doesn't seem so overwhelming when you've cleared them out like that. And there's honestly dozens of examples like that. So in our game, it's true that you could see that and be like, that's bullshit. But there's always a solution. The systems allow for that. We've spent a lot of time talking about the mechanics, and that's a big part of the game, but I want to make sure that people understand that you could say it's an action-adventure RPG. It has a real story that we've spent a lot of time on, yeah. The universe that we built is enormous, and the story has a beginning and middle end. We have an epic final boss and hopefully a satisfying conclusion. We have a New Game Plus where you can explore more of the alternative quest lines. We have a cast of 9 characters. They're all very different from each other. They all have personal quest lines. All the quest lines have multiple endings.
Well, aren't you straightforward?
Empyreal is coming to PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. We haven't announced an exact release date yet, but it is coming in 2025, so please look out for more information. But if you want to play now, then the demo is already available, so that's free to download. It's PC only. The demo is just a very small slice of the game, but you can get a feel for the combat, and we even give you some endgame sets to play around with in the demo. Join the Discord if you'd like to talk to us. We're a very small team. We have developers who are regularly posting behind the scenes footage, but we're also happy to chat and answer questions and share information about the game. And yeah, we'd love to hear from you and grow that community.